All right. What is up, everyone? We are live. So, Bitcoin is finally going back to 20,000 again. But this episode is going to be very, very different. It's not going to be about what to buy. It's more about how can I help my friend Timmy. Okay. And I think we all have been Timmy once, especially in this market. Okay. Whether you were into Bitcoin, you were late to Bitcoin, you were early to a altcoin, you were late to an altcoin. I think we can all relate when it comes to that spectrum. And I think anyone who's watching this episode, please feel free to share because I think it's very important that you kind of save them, right? Because if you are still here after 2017, 2018, I think you deserve a pat on the shoulder for sticking it out this long, and at the same time just being able to be in the space. It takes a lot of dedication, and I think as especially for myself, who I've been in the space since 2016, guys. Literally saw Ethereum from $9, bought Ethereum from $9 to $12, bought a Bitcoin at 380 US dollars, and then saw the whole rise from 2017. Sold off whatever I could back in 2017. Rode out through the bear market with the guys in the private group, with the people in my channel. Yeah, you know what? And after being in the space for so long, I think there is certain things that I need to share. Even publicly, I need to share. So first and foremost, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And at the same time, if you're new, Bitcoin is almost reaching 20,000 US dollars. You had 3 years to buy on the cheap. And if you're kind of convinced that you want to buy Bitcoin right now in 2020 at the current prices, I would say you have to be very cautious because it's no longer for the full-on mass market. Now, what do I mean by that? Bitcoin used to be at a price point where I guess it's kind of favorable for the average Joe who's earning an average salary. Let's assume that the average salary is $3,000, dollars, okay? 3,000 to 4,000 US dollars, okay? And in the past, you could buy a whole Bitcoin. Now, with Bitcoin prices pushing 20,000, right? Everybody's very concerned. Everybody's wondering, am I going to miss the boat? And I always see articles that are saying that Bitcoin is definitely going to be pushing past 20,000. And these articles to me are always very, very unclear. They don't really cover the full extent of why it's going to 20,000. Why would it even hold, right? And of course, everyone will say, and everyone who knows will always say that the big money is coming in. The big money is coming in. We've said this for a very long time already, guys. We already expected that the big money is going to go in. Sir Flipstar, today we're going to be talking about crypto specifically, but we can cover a little bit of alternative investments. But okay, so let's just say that you are going to buy Bitcoin today, okay? The likelihood of you buying a whole Bitcoin, not doubting you, the likelihood of you putting in 20,000 US dollars into one Bitcoin, it would mean that you're in a very comfortable financial situation to do so, okay? Why do I say that? At 20,000, firstly, you're buying at the all-time high. You're buying at the all-time high. Full disclaimer here, guys. Full disclaimer, you're buying at the all-time high. And for you to see the market, or for you to even see yourself, say double your money. Let's just assume you're willing to double your money. Be willing to hold longer than usual, right? Unless something really crazy and unimaginable happens, that say, for example, the interest rate environment just changes overnight for some reason. There's a huge outflow that stocks are no longer attractive. That's possibly another reason. Everybody's selling their properties and going into crypto or Bitcoin. Let's just talk about Bitcoin. Then you have this influx of new money coming in. I kind of see that, but I feel that the shilling is not as crazy or as hard compared to back in 2017. You know what I mean? It's not as fresh anymore. And people are more and more savvy and cautious, right? And to me, right now, if I was to buy a Bitcoin, let's say if I really wanted to get in, I really have guys or new folks asking me, should I get into Bitcoin? Should I get into Ethereum? There's Ethereum 2.0 coming out. And these are new folks, guys. They have never ever touched crypto before. They don't really know the extent or the volatility or the risk in crypto. They don't really know, but they're curious, right? So they kind of ask, should I be buying Ethereum? My question is, if you are having that liquidity, you're really cool, your job is secure, and you know that your liabilities are taken care of, I would say go ahead into Bitcoin and Ethereum specifically. But at the current prices, from a technical standpoint, I don't really like the technical price point for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, it's a little bit more promising because Ethereum 2.0, with the availability of staking, proof of stake, and you being able to stake, the likelihood of you buying 10 Ethereum is more realistic. You know what I'm saying? Even at $600, right? And for the fact that it has been at the low for a good number of years, we're talking about $150 to $200 for a good number of years, and only really moving aggressively this year, I would say that Ethereum is kind of long overdue for a price push. Okay, not that it's now. Hear me out. We are not validating, and we cannot validate why we are paying $600 for a Ethereum. Neither can we validate and put actual intrinsic or statistical information why Bitcoin is going to 20,000. It's just the willingness of the market and the willingness of the market to pay more or to pay that price. Until we we'll keep pushing up, and we'll keep pushing up until the market no longer feels that it's viable to buy at that price. From there, you will see profit taking, and profit taking has already happened. And if you notice, there was a profit taking that just happened over the weekend. It's very normal, guys, because there are people who have held since 10,000. There are people like me. When I bought at 5K, I sold off at 8. Yeah, people were laughing at me. Haha, you sold off so early. Look at where Bitcoin now. It doesn't matter because my experience level is very different. I'm more comfortable to trade altcoins. I'm just more comfortable to trade altcoins. And to me, whatever I cash out from the market, right, is consistent, right? And everybody wants to find consistency, and everyone is hot-wired to buy. So that's the next point I wanted to share also. Everybody is hot-wired to buy. Every single thing from every content that you're watching to this very day will always want you to buy something. Okay? And that is why also to elaborate a sub point for my channel, I stopped giving information about buying crypto or buying altcoins because the follow-up is very, very bad. Okay, let's just put it this way. If you were to say buy something recommended by a particular channel, the problem is the follow-up. Sometimes there is just so much information out there and so many different crypto YouTubers wanting to buy because wanting you to buy their audience, especially if the audience is large enough, wanting to buy. You are emotionally attached to that YouTuber to a certain extent. You are emotionally attached to that YouTuber. Hence, you are very interested to purchase whatever that person purchases, and especially if you like the person's characteristic or character, or you find him entertaining, and you find the content relatable, you tend to give in emotionally. That's an emotional buy already. It's not even a well-informed decision making where you do an investment or you do a trade. You are already familiar or experienced with that technical ability to go ahead and make a purchase, make a trade, start a business, right? That is well-informed and, of course, misrepresented and misinformed, right? Hence, I am very concerned about the Timmys that are going to be coming in this next leg. Okay? It's unavoidable. The Timmys are going to come in. They're going to buy in force because they're so concerned already. And to be frank, a lot of people are going to start rushing back into the space. Okay, people who I have not seen in a while start messaging me again. People who have not watched my content in a while start watching my content again. And I don't want to be in that cycle again to kind of influence the newcomers, because without the proper training, without the proper fundamental the fundamental knowledge to even start a trade in crypto, to even secure your crypto. They don't have all this knowledge. I don't want to be that YouTuber anymore. Hence, I just allowed my channel to do whatever. I allowed my channel to do whatever it wanted. At the same time, I stopped taking sponsorships. I stopped taking advertising. Not because I shouldn't, you know. To be frank, there are certain projects that reach out to me. I find that they're okay. But the problem is, everyone is raising money. And as Bitcoin goes up, you will start seeing the whole ICO space start to kick off again. You would either see it as an ICO, STO, or IEO, whatever is the form factor, okay? And I'm concerned because people are going to throw their hard-earned money into this space once again, no different. And, you know, looking at the whole Pokemon hype, you see people leveraging on their credit card. How is that any different? Now it's even easier because most centralized exchanges, or even exchanges that don't really provide any kind of trading capabilities like your stop limit, your trading charts and whatever, they allow you to easily buy with your credit card, okay? And that's already full swing already. Nothing wrong, okay? Because they've already prepped many years for this, okay? And for them to milk the whole space is normal. You see, at this point of time, right, with only the folks who are coming in, they are going to be very excited. It's the same as when Pokemon started to go hot. You'll see a lot of people start to dump their collection. People who are also very willing to buy at the new prices, especially if they can afford them. And you see the whole thing trickling down, which comes to the altcoins, okay? Eventually, the altcoin market will become hot because why? People don't like owning a fraction of something, guys. To be frank, nobody likes to own a fraction of a house. Nobody wants to be renting if they can afford to own the whole house. It really depends on your mindset at that time. If I'm a family man, I don't want to be renting. I want to own my own place. If I'm a single man, of course, and I don't want to have liabilities, definitely renting is for me, right? So it depends on what stage in your life that you're in. Okay, so let's assume, okay, the people who are coming in are the freshies. Okay, they just finished school. They heard of people making millions in the market. Okay, they are gonna be stepping into this space because they are very curious. Let's throw in, I don't know, $500, $1,000. From then, once they see that $500, $1,000 go up in value very quickly, they're going to start leveraging on their credit card because they clearly don't have any assets. They don't have any cash in the bank. That is the best and fastest thing to quickly get money. The next thing is to start borrowing, okay? They start borrowing from other people, okay? Saying that they just found this very fast and quick way to make money, and they want their Timmy friends to be in on it as well. It's just a whole domino effect, guys. It's just gonna happen now. Okay, let's just put it this way. I'm gonna put it out there. It's just gonna happen. Okay, so you get your mom, your dad, your uncle, your pet hamster. Your pet hamster will borrow from his family, and then the pet hamster's family will lend and go and borrow from the estate for the pet hamster as well. Everyone is gonna be in on this. Okay, and that's when it will push the price up higher and higher and faster until the whole thing eventually will just come crashing down again. And then we'll have that new so-called bear market, a new price point, a new market cap. It is going to happen. Now, for me and the group that I've been really taking care of, okay, it's always a small group. It's small and elite. The idea is not to even shield this group. But let me tell you how I run the group. The group runs on a very low cost, on a monthly subscription. That's it. Okay? There's no guru workshop. There's no upsell. And the reason for that is I know that if people are only paying a small monthly to learn and get high value over time, they will continue. That's the whole idea. Which brings me to my next point. You will see a lot of crypto workshops, okay? Teaching you how to buy crypto, what crypto to buy, how to safely start an account and start trading crypto. All this, you can ask them to fuck off because you can clearly find on YouTube. I can give you 1,000,001 crypto YouTubers that have already put out all this information, including myself. It's all for free. Don't bother to go for these crypto workshops that are going to charge you 3-day, 2-night, 4-day, 5-night at a 5-star hotel, and then they're going to charge you like fucking five figures to 6 figures. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. It will happen. Once again, you're going to obviously maybe not have the cash, and you're going to leverage on your credit card because you don't have the skill, right? Or for some reason, you don't know how to use YouTube, you don't know how to use Google, and you don't want to trust that particular person who's putting out that information. Hence, you will do it, right? Because the natural reaction is to have human interaction most of the time, okay? So that being said, I know for a fact that 4 days, 3 nights, you're going to only absorb less than 50% of what is going to be taught. Hence, my subscription group is always a better option. Why? Because I'm going to teach you almost every day. You're going to be listening to me over and over and over again. I have content that I put out for my group in this manner as well. Hence, they're always learning. They're always hearing me nag at them. Okay? And why did I choose this model? I had the whole workshop model, the whole book prepped and everything. I wanted to do a workshop, but I felt that what's the success rate? What's the chance of an individual who knows nothing, okay? Yes, starting an account, buying a ledger, doing all the basic thing. To be frank, if I taught a monkey, the monkey will know how to do the same thing, okay? It's not magical. Do I feel it's right to charge them hundreds of dollars to a few thousands of dollars just to teach them such basic stuff? I feel guilty. Because the money has to be made. People want to make money in e-commerce, in business, in any type of stuff that will make you money, right? You need time. Hence, if they are going to be charged a few $1,000s, 3-day, 2-night, 5-day, 4-night, or whatever, it's going to cause a dent in their bank account. And to be honest, everybody's going to capitalize on this. I'll be very frank with you. You're going to start seeing it popping out in every single state in the country. If possible, you're going to see it pop out in most countries. And at the same time, this will cause a dent and a reputational hurt to the people who are genuinely creating content and putting it out there in the market. The reason why the channel died is very simple. I stopped asking people to buy stuff. That's all. I stopped giving the free value, because whenever I gave the free value, the follow-up was very, very poor, right? I'm not fast enough to tell people to take profit publicly. Hence, the private group exists. It's not that I want to milk the people or milk anyone. My private group is very small, guys. It's less than 20 people. Hence, I always keep it in a small range so that everyone who gives me questions, I don't feel tired, right? I can answer them. When they ask me a question privately, I can answer them. You see, I don't want to take that many people also. Hence, this is why I say follow up and follow through is very, very important for success. Okay. The next thing is what kind of content is going to be coming out for 2020, 2021, and so on and so forth. It will be everything under the sun. It will be entertainment regarding crypto. It will be BTC analysis, good and bad ones. You have altcoin analysis, good and bad ones. And everyone is still going to try and figure out this space. Now, I'm going to state the clear thing now. What have we covered? What have we really achieved in the whole crypto space? Okay, you have good wallets coming up. You have centralized exchanges that are available. Now you have even decentralized exchanges. You have crypto games that are coming up. You have more dApps that are appearing in the market. But all in all, guys, the space is still speculative. It's still speculative. It's still driven by market makers, whales, whatever. Okay, it's still speculative, 100%. Okay, very few people should even say that they want to charge and say that you can build a portfolio in crypto. It's one of the highest risks in terms of assets. It's one of the highest risks because of the high speculative nature. Okay, hands down. If you really want to invest in a digital currency, a digital asset, you only can buy Bitcoin. There's nothing worth really teaching about that, because teaching crypto to buy on a dip is very straightforward. Okay, technical analysis you can learn for free. Okay, TA you can learn for free, guys. Whatever it is, stochastics, Fibonacci, you want to talk about VPVR, Everything is all there. Everything is online already. You don't have to really pay. It just doesn't make sense. Now, the next thing, if you are coding, you want to code, you want to learn how to code. Yes, now you can start building something. It becomes interesting. Okay, it becomes very interesting because people who are going to be able to build dApps, I would say that there is a future. Okay, there is a future, to be frank. And that's when you can say that you're doing something. But to put in hard-earned money into, especially too much, I'm worried about the Timmy that puts too much. Okay, if you're experienced, and that's also one thing about my channel now. People who still watch my channel are truly they're already following me for a very long time. So I don't really feel that they appreciate you all watching. Please don't get me wrong. I feel that not enough new people are watching. You know what I mean? There are not enough new people watching my content. And that is the point where I feel a bit concerned, because right now all the shillers are going to be telling you stuff that is going to swing it to their advantage. You know what I mean? I am not telling you to buy crypto for no reason. In fact, I would rather you not buy crypto until you really familiarize yourself with why you're buying it. You know what I mean? So that's my concern. It's okay, wait, hold on. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as such. Okay, so guys, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain enough streaming. So I'm not sure whether is it smooth or not. Let me know if it's smooth. So guys, okay, so I don't want to break my chain of thought. This is yes, so yeah, but Sheila screamed the loudest and Timmy's like it loud. Sir Flipstar, you're absolutely right. I know that, guys. I totally know that. And I felt sad when I had to kind of slow everything down, because it's being able to sleep at night that makes me happy, guys. Let's just put it this way. It's being able to sleep at night that makes me happy. If you tell me that, if you wanted me to make very entertaining and shilly content, all year round I can do it, guys. Every day we can have something nonsensical, and I can put up some pompous, no backing. Look, I can always drag in and bring in the founders and CEOs to have a discussion. They are more than willing, because like even my kind of shitty ass, small ass channel, right, with very, very low views, right, because crypto is so new, to be frank, until now, to this very day, I still get marketing, meaning that I get emails, hey, would you like to feature us and interview us on this channel? And I can't really, I can't really, we'll come to that, Sir Flipstar. I can't really be able to bring in much value, because whenever I start talking about numbers, or even before I say, can I ask you about certain numbers or investments, it's always a no, guys. There is no real reveal of how much is being invested in these companies and how much they have really put out and planned. It really is gonna be like that continuously. Okay. Now, with regards to what Sir Flipstar mentioned, so high yield investment programs, this will be a 2021 thing. I guarantee you, the Timmys will make money in Bitcoin or find Bitcoin too slow. Okay, and what's going to happen is that they're going to make more Bitcoin fast. Daily interest of 3%, 5% or whatever, or make fast money with this program. Cloud mining program or whatever. Okay, whatever. It's called a high yield investment program. The Timmys are going to get caught. And if you're not experienced enough to sniff it out, you're going to put your money in. And initially, you might get a small payout. But don't forget, if you put in $1,000 and they say that it's going to give you 1 to 3% per day, for example, you need roughly 60 to 90 days to so-called break even on the $1,000 that you put in. Okay? At that point, you're already gambling whether the site is going to be up or not, whether the site is going to be still functioning, and hopefully you even break even. Okay? The next thing is that it's going to have a very attractive affiliate program incentive, which maybe pays you, I don't know, for every deposit that you get your friends to come in, it'll be 5% or 10% of that amount. From there, the faster you recommend more people into that high yield investment program, the faster you break even, and then you can do whatever you want. There's gonna be a lot of that. Okay, then of course you have the fake influencers who will say they made a ton of shit money in Bitcoin, crypto, and I'm gonna share with you the next big tip. Don't forget to join me before I release the next tip. All that shit, guys. Really, it's gonna be like that. So, dear folks who are watching this, the 12 of you who are watching this, I appreciate your audience and your attendance. But yeah, please share the video. That's all I have to say, guys. It's really very straightforward. There's nothing I really need to say about this space. It's still very speculative. It's still very fun. But at the same time, also there's still a lot of work that still has to be done. Yeah, guys, don't be a Timmy, right? In 2021, guys. And of course, for those who have Bitcoin, for those who have done well in the space, cash out. Okay, cash out. Buy something that you love. You can share with your family and friends. Be happy with yourself. Be happy, right? Okay. So yeah, do you have price on some behavior in mind when you exit? Do you have a price? Oh, okay. Maybe okay, guys. Since we have a little bit of time, I'll cover some questions. If you have questions, then just ask away. Especially the folks who are here, just ask questions. Okay, let me cover. Let me see whether there's any question. Okay. Thank you so much, Bruce, for new crypto students, investors. Excellent content here. Definitely worth the monthly investment. All right. Thank you so much, Bruce. Bruce Morton has been around for a long time, guys. He's been like when my channel started in 2017. He's been around. He's also a client. He's also he's also a member. Not in the group anymore, but then he comes and goes. He's a busy man. Okay, thank you so much, Bruce. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There are better narratives and more real world value than in 2017 by a decent margin. Look at Centrifuge, for example, already functioning NFT liquidity platform. Okay, I think yeah. Okay, so another thing, right? NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens. What I would kind of be excited, and why I also went back into MTG, at some point, I feel that there will be tangible assets, more tangible assets other than the current, gold and silver, that kind of stuff, that will merge together with this space. Hence, you can really start trading them, and that becomes quite interesting for me. I'm not sure whether it would work because, like I said, nobody likes to own half a Lotus or a fraction of a Black Lotus or a fraction of a Dual Land. Let's say we talk about MTG. Same thing. The idea of fractionalized assets is still very vague and new. To me, I would feel that if you can accumulate enough of a particular token and eventually exchange for that tangible asset, it makes a lot of sense. It gives you some time, right, to kind of accumulate. But then again, it also depends on the asset in question. If the asset is too speculative and moves up too quickly, you are always chasing, right? You're always chasing to buy enough tokens, eventually to kind of exchange for that unit, or let's say a property, for example. You can't afford the whole thing now. You buy it in fractions. After that, you exchange it with the broker or the developer through this method. All right. But for now, I think the real use case would be virtual items, gaming. That will be the first because it's already existed already. And to kind of buy a virtual item, it's not really my thing, but there are people out there who love it. You know what I mean? Okay. Do you have a price or some behavior in mind when you exit? Okay. This is a very good question. And I think everybody wants to know when to cash out. I think to me, I have come to the point where firstly, I cash out what I need, right? Like, I let the market pay for my liabilities. How about that? Okay, I let the market pay for my liabilities. I know not everybody is comfortable to do that because of the high taxation that they're gonna get. Hence, the behavior, the pattern of the individual is very and where you live in terms of the country is very important because when you pay too much short-term gains, right? Too high of short-term gains, you cannot use my method already, right? And for me, I consult and I run a private group, right? So these two things are my so-called staple income. My trading is my focus as well because I feel that trading gives me a very it gives me the bulk of my income, in fact, to be frank. Okay, and the bulk of my income comes from trading. That's when I feel it may be beneficial for me, but it cannot apply to you because we don't pay high taxes here in Singapore. Okay, and when you don't when you're not deterred by the taxes, right, you can do that. You can cash out very often, very quickly. But I realize when I speak to my US clients, it costs them anywhere from 38% to 40%, depending on where they are, for short-term capital gains. That's a lot, you know. So they are not very, they don't want to cash out. They just don't want to cash out, you know what I mean? And the sad thing is that when you recommend them a token, like a random altcoin, right, and it doesn't hold value after 1 year. Okay, let's say a token A, I recommend it to a client. Token A was maybe say $1. But then after 1 year, it went down to 50 cents. They lost 50% of the value. But in the interim, right, they could have, let's say token A went up to $3. They could have cashed out. But the 40% hit on the profit, right, kind of got to them. So I tend to tell them, why not just pay the 40%? Rather than have the portfolio in a negative, you know what I mean? But I can't control their psyche. I don't want to over-influence them because maybe the token does do well. Maybe the token after 1 year does a 3x and holds, just like what Link did, right? And then from then they can pay less because it becomes into the realm of the long-term capital gains tax, which is more forgiving. It's high, but not as high as short-term capital gains. You get what I mean? So that's the part where I feel that it's very lacking in the general space. It is not spoken in breadth because everybody wants to know what to buy. Hence the beginning of the channel I mentioned. Everybody wants to hook you in on what to buy. Buy. It's nothing but buy, but never tell you when to sell. Okay, now back to your question. I may be off in a little bit of a tangent. It's from a technical standpoint, you can identify roughly where you kind of should cash out, and it's always based on past price history. Hence my technical indicators, my favorite are OBV and Fibonacci. Pretty much it. Very simple. And of course, naturally observing volume. It becomes an art, you know what I mean? Because I stare at the charts very regularly with the roughly the same indicators. Sometimes I swap indicators. But I see it so regularly that it becomes a pattern in my head. So if you ask me specifically when to cash out, it's not that easy. So it's not as straightforward. And that is why, like I said, it's really very individual. Okay? And I need to build a relationship with a particular client long enough so that I roughly know their pattern and their behavior. You know what I mean? Before I can even tell them what roughly I should be doing. Okay. Okay. I kind of like certain things. Would it be great if you can sell 1/10 of your house by tokenizing it and you can pay 1/10 rent for the people who give you a liquidity of some? Well, okay. So Flipstar, what you just mentioned, I don't think is that far-fetched. You basically the developer who already owns the properties, okay, must be open to this idea to begin with, because large developers always want the liquidity fast. And if this space is not mature enough, okay, and doesn't have the ability to gain that funding quickly, usually this idea goes down the drain. But let's put what you just mentioned into perspective. Say I have 5 billion is too small. Let's say 10 billion worth of properties, all already rented and able to pay rent. Okay, that's known as REITs in the real world, real estate investment trust. It's already out there. It's already traded. You can go and check it out. Okay, from there, let's say you buy the tokens, a fraction of this this so-called equivalent in the digital space, and you're being paid an equivalent for that as well. Okay, you're being paid an equivalent in terms of funds as well. Okay, you paid the same amount. Right now, if you were to pay an amount and a dividend, that is in fact better than the current staking. Okay, why? Because they are real tenants renting that property. The company is collecting a revenue. Okay, Hence, they are able to pay out a dividend to the token holders. Right now, what does it look like? Let's say if you hold an exchange token, I still can believe that there's some revenue to be made, and that revenue is willingly shared amongst all the exchange token holders. But what are you getting for anything else? Seriously, when you say you stake this, you stake that, you yield farm this, you yield mine that, you're getting air for air. You're getting air for air, guys. That's all you're getting. If you are not a... Okay, then now the next thing. If you are a delegate, you're the delegate... You're the main... Shit, I forgot that term already. The main staker. Okay, let's say you're the main staker. Okay, I just forgot the name, okay? You're the main staker. People are delegating to you. Okay? From there, you are kind of supporting the network. You're earning fees. Okay, that is fine. Because you are the big kahuna. You're staking a bigger amount. Okay? So, right? So shit. Francis, don't be a troll, man. What? 200 from 220,000. Okay. Depending on which exchange you look, we reached a new all-time high. Okay. So we officially reached a new all-time high, guys. Okay. We reached a new all-time high. Congratulations, everyone who kind of reached this time. So yeah. That being said, I hope I answered your question, Sir Flipstar. Yes, I think I'm very open to kind of listen to that more people will step into the space, willing to be backers with tangible assets, be open to allowing people to share the revenue or the potential dividend that comes within this space. I've yet to see that. And there has to be a strong incentive to do it compared to listing on an existing exchange. It really has to, there has to be a few things that have to come together first, you know? So let's hope that eventually happens. Because guys, I kind of feel that comics, collectible items are the first line of tangible things that might come into the space, because it's alternative investment, and an alternative investment, there can be a marriage. Whereas you talk about property, you talk about listing a company like a company that has solid revenue, profit. For them to suddenly want to step into the crypto space, knowing that the crypto market cap is less than $1 billion, isn't going to be attractive for them. Look at the space and the kind of companies that have come into this space for the past 5 years. Just look at it. They are all startups. They are very blessed to, especially if they were early, they are very blessed to have raised the ungodly amount that they were able to raise. Really, they're very fucking lucky, okay? Whereas after the whole shit, after the shit hit the fan, right, and reality sank in, anyone who had the guts who still did an ICO would raise less than $1 million. Okay, and less than $1 billion means you tighten up your belt. There's really no shilling, nothing. Really head down and start working, and that was due. We all saw that coming. Like I already saw that coming. When it happened already, and now when Bitcoin is starting to go up, I am gonna see a new wave of shillers, scam companies, scam gurus, scam programs. You know. All this will start popping up. And guys, I just hope that you share this video. Share it with the people who you care about. I don't need you to post it randomly on public, but just share it with the people who are curious. And, I felt that I think I covered enough. And I know that you're going to help them. I know for a fact that you are going to help these people, because you don't really want them to go through what you went through. Okay? So guys, take care of each other. See you in the next live stream.